Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you some tips that I actually learned when I was going through my phlebotomy training, and it's not necessarily in regards to phlebotomy in really any way other than the fact that I'm a certified phlebotomy technician, but um, it has to do with the certification itself. And so this can apply to basically any certification that you have, whether it's in the medical field or whether it's just your everyday certification, maybe it's IT or whatever other certification you may have. And my biggest tip for people who have certifications is even if you feel like you don't want to work in that field anymore, at least currently, don't let your certifications lapse. And my instructor, when I was doing phlebotomy training, would constantly say this to us, and I am starting to see why she said that all the time. Because even though you may be at a point in your life where you're like, I don't really want to do, let's say, CNA, because I really didn't want to work as a CNA, but because I kept my certification active, even though I have my CNA, I have my phlebotomy technician certification, and now I have my medical assisting certification. I'm working as a CNA currently. I start the day after tomorrow. Um, so even though it's not necessarily what I wanted to do right now, because I kept my certifications active, I was able to, find a job like that. Um, you never know when you might need your certifications. And even if you move up, like let's say I did become a medical assistant. So, as a medical assistant, if I would have let my phlebotomy certification lapse, I would be a little bit less competitive when I'm in the job hunt process. So, employers take into consideration all of the different certifications that you have, and they look at how those certifications might be helpful to their business, how having these certifications might make you a better employee, and it just makes you look a little bit more dedicated to your profession, excuse me, and your professional development by having the certifications that you have and by keeping them active. Because, like, with CNA, there's not as much to do. Like, in the state of Indiana, we don't necessarily have to do additional continuing education stuff because the dementia training and everything that we go through our employer counts towards that for your renewal of your CNA certification in the state of Indiana. Now, that may be different from state to state because every state is different on what they require when you are renewing a certification or a license. However, I just feel like, especially with healthcare, you never know. You may move somewhere and have a hard time finding a job. Like, let's say I was to move to North Dakota, and I lived in a very small town in North Dakota, and they weren't really hiring medical assistants, or I was having a hard time finding a job as a medical assistant. If I had a CNA certification for the state of North Dakota, it might not be that hard for me to find a job as a CNA instead of a medical assistant. So even if I work temporarily as a CNA, it was worth it to keep that CNA license. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never want to just let your certifications lapse because even if you're working, like with my medical assisting, even though I'm currently working as a CNA, I am getting paid a higher starting wage than other people with my level of experience at this facility because I have a phlebotomy certification as well as a medical assisting certification. So, even though it's not maybe what I would be making necessarily as a medical assistant at certain facilities or within certain specialties, I'm still making $14 an hour working as a CNA in an assisted living where I don't have to worry about hurting myself or breaking my back because I'm not lifting anybody. The most I'm doing is helping somebody transfer. So, it's just, I hate to see people get their certifications and then because they don't like um, the specific job that they're in at the moment, they they leave their job and they let their certification lapse, or they move to a different position and they don't renew their certification it's just sad to see that because you worked so hard to get that certification in a lot of cases. Like phlebotomy was not easy, medical assisting, all the information that I had to learn in 16 weeks. I would be so pissed off with myself if I forgot to renew my certification and it lapsed to the point where I would have to retake a program to get certified again. Um, I can talk more about, like, if you guys would want some more information about how to stay current with your NHA credentials, because both my phlebotomy and my medical assisting are through NHA. So if you would like more information about how to keep current on those certifications, I can share that with you guys. But please, 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 if you get these certifications, don't let them lapse, even if you feel like this is not the field that you want to work in, because these certifications are valuable. Even if you're not going to necessarily get a job as a medical assistant, like I said, it could improve your wage as a CNA. It could help you get a job doing other things because you have this certification. So they may put your resume on top of someone else's who doesn't have that certification. Do you get what I'm saying? I think it's important for people to think about, like, even if I don't like this job, this certification could still be helpful to me down the road, in the future. It could help me look better on a resume when I'm searching for a different job. It could make employers be like, hey, this person actually took the time out to go through these training programs, get a professional certification, and they're keeping it current. So it just makes you look better. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Like I said in a previous video, I am trying to come up with some topics that I think would be helpful for you guys, whether they are CNA related, phlebotomy related, medical assisting related, or just the healthcare field in general. So I am creating a list of certain videos that I want to film for you guys. So if there's a topic that is healthcare related that you guys would like me to talk about as I'm making this list, please let me know in the comments, because I want to provide you guys with the information that you want to get. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.